the barracks. So this is the old bakery. This is the new bakery. The baker's made up to 700 loaves of bread each day. And then where the visitor center is now, and on the back side, the bathrooms, more importantly, was the commissary for the fort. As we move further into the fort, we have the foundation ruins of an infantry barracks, the new guardhouse, which replaced the old cramped one, and then ruins of another infantry barracks over here. So you know those nice shiny bathrooms that I pointed out over at the visitor center? Yeah, they weren't there when the fort was active. Over here, these ruins, that was the latrine. And where did the sewage go, you ask? Well, right there into the Laramie River. Okay, so out here you have the parade ground. This is where all drills took place and, you know, military practice maneuvers and all that. As we come around here, this building right here is the administration building. This is where, you know, fort administration occurred, school occurred for children on base, and also any concerts, religious exercises, and anything else, lectures that occurred on base. I just showed you the new guardhouse. The old guardhouse is over here, and as you can see, it's much too small, but it could house 40 prisoners inside there. That wouldn't be very good in the age of COVID. Here's what the inside of the administration building ruins looks like. Okay, so this restored structure is the officers' grade quarters. It was originally supposed to be the captain's quarters and be the commanding officer's sole quarters, but it's a duplex. So in the far distance was the old Fort John, which was created by a fur company. In the near ground was the 1858 Officers Duplex, which is just ruins as of right now. So these three buildings right here in the foreground are officers' quarters that were additions to 1858 officer adobe buildings. So this building right here is Wyoming's oldest building, built in 1849. The left side was command of Fort Laramie, with the commanding officer living on the second floor, and that was in 1863. And the right side was bachelor officer quarters. The whole building was bachelor officer quarters before 1863. So this side was the company headquarters. So this side of old Bedlam was the single bachelor officers' quarters. And you could see the old partition of the old. It actually looks quite cozy. So the ruins area right here in front of us is another officer's quarters that's no longer here. The stone brick building in the back there is a restored magazine where the post's weapons were held. And this building right over here is where the surgeon of the post lived with his family. This is the post surgeon's building. So he lived here, but he also treated patients here. Patients would be treated here before moving on to an Army hospital. So this is the residence of Lieutenant Colonel Andrew Burt and his wife, who were here from 1887 to 1888. You can tell, yep, they did like plain furniture. And I scared the jackrabbit away who was by the porch when I walked out. This building right here is the Post Trading Store. And they would trade with Indians, soldiers, settlers, pioneers, pretty much gold seekers, pretty much anybody who wanted to get supplies. So you remember when you were playing Oregon Trail game and you reached Fort Laramie because you could stock up on supplies? Well, this is where you would actually get it if you came to Fort Laramie to do trading. This thing right here was originally like the post office and headquarters. And then this part became an officer's bar and an officer's club and then an enlisted bar. So over here in the near ground is the Post Traders Foundation. In the far ground is the Calvary Barracks. And then up on the hill over here is your hospital ruins. In the very far past the tree are like your stables and stuff like that for your horses for the cavalry. So we hope you enjoyed this walking tour of Fort Laramie. I know we did. And it's always cool that you can put a face with a name that you recognize. You know, a lot of us grew up playing Oregon Trail, and Fort Laramie was always a great spot to reach. And so having visited here, it puts a whole new perspective on it. Hope you enjoyed. Wow, Fort Laramie was awesome to see. If you're ever in the area, please stop by and check it out, especially if the temperature is below 85.
Because today it was 97.
Yeah, it was 96, 97 today, and it was very hot, but we stayed in the shade, went in the buildings, carried water around with us, and you know, it was still an enjoyable time. We learned a lot, and thought I would appreciate a U.S. historical site.
Find your park